What up, peoples? So, first things first, do you like the beard? I'm like not in corporate America anymore, so giving it a shot. Let me know in the comments if you like it. If not, I mean, I can just shave it off, but I'm not going to because I love the beard. All right. I just wanted to talk to some folks because I'm getting kind of sick and tired of typing so much. I just want to speak for a minute from the heart and talk a little bit about something that's bothering me. First and foremost, protesters. I know there's a lot of people who are wondering why in the hell are people protesting. Off the top of my head, the popular meme going around is, you protest human rights violations and stuff. This president-elect ran on a platform of human rights violations. That's why people are protesting. It's flat out, that's it. It's nothing against the Republican Party because they're not out protesting the fact that the Republicans retained the Senate and the Congress. They're protesting specifically Trump because of the rhetoric he ran on. That's it. And that's why. And if you're a part of the groups that have been receiving threats and stuff like that and you feel like your rights are about to be infringed on, you have the right to protest. Let them protest, okay? For the guys that are protesting and they're rioting, that's not cool. Don't riot. Rioting never solves anything, and it just really makes things a lot worse. You have a right to speak your mind, but when you start destroying things, that's completely wrong. Moving on, I gotta get this off my chest. I really do. Right now, I've been reading about how folks want to separate themselves from the candidate itself. They want to say that not all Trump supporters are racist, misogynist, xenophobic, et cetera, et cetera. When you vote for a candidate, you're owning up to the fact that they do really bad shit and they do good shit as well too. You're saying, I agree with this person in principle. That really is the definition of a vote. I mean, you're literally giving a vote of confidence that you understand the positives and the negatives, and you are giving them the thumbs up. When, I casted my vote for my candidate, I owned up for pretty much all of the horrible shit that she's done. I literally said, hey, you know what? I'm okay with status quo, and I'll admit, I was a Bernie guy starting off, and I lived in a state where I technically could have still voted for Jill Stein or Gary Johnson, who really did align a hell of a lot more with my beliefs, and I chose to sell out. I'll admit it. That being said, I voted for Hillary, and when I did that, I said, I don't give a fuck about Benghazi. I don't give a fuck about this. I don't give a fuck about that. All the horrible things that I disagree with, I owned up with it, and technically, at that moment in time, I actually did say I just didn't give a fuck about it. So when you voted for Trump, you're saying that you are okay with all the horrible shit that he says, and if you say that, then at that time in junction, you really, truly were all the things that he embodied. It's just the way it is. If I'm a shill for voting for Hillary, you're pretty much a racist for voting for Trump because of some of the shit that's come out of his mouth. Own it. Don't get mad. Don't get defensive. That's just literally the case. That one, I want to segue to my final statement and the main reason why I'm posting this video. Conservatives, I'm going to speak specifically to you. You guys have a habit of putting an entire collective into one group. Case in point, if Black Lives Matter, if I'm reading an article about Black Lives Matter and I scroll through the comment sections, I'll see posts by conservatives who say, blacks as a collective, I'm sick and tired of them. They're lazy. They don't work. They live off of food stamps and stuff. And you will pretty much put my entire race into one single bubble. In the meantime, as a black man who is a family man, I'm very loyal to my family. I don't meet the typical standard image that a lot of white America have of blacks, and which is actually a minority within a minority. I'm reading this and I get defensive because, hey, you know what? You placed me in that bubble. And when I do the same thing to you, I'm told that A, I'm being too sensitive, and B, it's wrong for me to do it to you. It's wrong for me to lump your entire group into one section, but you guys do it to literally everybody. You call for blacks to own up for the things that idiots do within my race. You call for Muslims to, own up for Muslim extremism, even though, it's such a small percentage of the population. You call for Latinos to own up for illegals, Latinos that are here, even though, the guy that you're yelling at and ranting at isn't an illegal. You persecute us for the actions of other people all the time, but God forbid it happens to you. That shit really needs to stop. Okay? If you are so comfortable collecting everybody into one single group and speaking out about that single group, then get comfortable when it happens back to you. Or stop doing it, and then it won't happen to you as well, too. So, while I do believe in my heart that not everybody that supported Donald Trump deep down individually is, misogynistic, racist, xenophobe, whatever the moniker you personally don't want to be called. While I do believe that, don't group everybody else into a single collective and expect it not to happen to you. That's been happening to me my entire adult life. It's been happening to me since I was a kid. So that's all. Thanks.